this is Miss Sarvi for ESEA Here I am with NiP, ETHN. They just won their semifinals, and now tonight they're going to play in the finals versus either Complexity or Fnatic. First of all, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Thank you. It feels so good. It was like, it almost felt like you won a final, like a huge tournament now, and I really can't describe how happy I am.
Especially versus VG, who are like your nemesis, right?
Yeah, they are. We had a really rough path lately versus VG, and I mean, winning versus them on our home crowd in the biggest CS tournament ever in front of this audience, amazing.
Can you go through the maps a little bit with us? The BO3 went into 3 maps, 1 each, and then you finally won the 3rd map. What happened, especially on the 2nd map?
Well, basically Dust 2, we had a pretty rough start, to be honest, but when we won the pistol round ST, we got a snowball from that. It was pretty easy, you know, when you get the momentum rolling, all the economical advantage and everything. So it was kind of easy, even though the score said otherwise. Inferno, I don't think we ever played Inferno. No, let's forget that. Nah, we had a really bad T-half, and I kind of felt like we already lost the game going in. Even though we won the pistol round at CT, we already lost the match. We weren't there. We were in our heads. We were in on Nuke already. So yeah.
Okay, and then on the 3rd map, I mean, it seems like VG was never able to get in. Do you think your boys were able to finish and like stay their head in the game, especially with like all the people watching and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. We had like the best boot camp for 3 weeks ever in our new gaming house. Everybody's so pumped up in the team. I've never seen anything like it. We have the home crowd. It was the best audience I've ever had, and the players could feel it well, the atmosphere, everything. So, you know, when we managed to win the eco round after losing a pistol round at CT on Nuke, even though, yeah, we bought Kevlars and everything, but it's like, yeah, we didn't expect to win it. We kind of, you know, get on a roll from that. Everybody was so pumped up, so we just took it round by round, and it ended up very well for us.
Yeah, about that crowd, do you think the guys could feel the vibe, and especially do you think like it was motivating them? Because I know you guys went at the end and said, hey, we won, and you guys took a little time to say thanks.
Yeah, you can really feel it, and the players, you can notice that as well, you know, when they do it in the nice frag. Every single frag, you know, the crowd went crazy and clapping. Like I said, the best crowd ever, and the players could really feel it, have everything, the vibe was so good, and you can really feel it. It brought the guys to the next level, you know, so it was amazing.
So during these 3 weeks boot camp you're talking about, did you think the guys prepared differently versus VG? Because I know you guys had a rough bat. Did you analyze their strategy? What did you do versus them?
Actually, you know, it's a good point you're taking there. Normally we don't analyze any other player team's games. We only analyze our own, you know, to play our own style. With our recent tournaments, had a pretty rough paths, we really realized that we have to analyze the opponents because they're doing it versus us, right? So yeah, we started doing that a lot, and you could tell, but managed to win them versus them finally, and yeah, it really paid off.
All right. I have a question from the fans at home. One guy named Frozzy asked, is the documentary crew adding to the pressure? Because we know the guys are getting followed by a bunch of people. Do you think it's adding to their pressure and their preparation and their stress?
I actually think it's motivating them, boosting them a lot. They're really cool guys, the documentary crew and everything, and they've been following us for so long, so it's kind of natural for us. So I think it's giving them an extra boost. Together with the fans, we're unstoppable.
So thank you, Frozzy, for that question. Yes, I want to say the first time I met you was in 06 CPL Spain. You were a player. Now you're a manager. How did you do the transition, and how does it feel to be behind? Because you can't play, you can't do anything about what's going on, and do you miss it?
Of course I miss playing, you know, but it kind of felt natural for me, you know. I felt like I was going older, my reflexes wasn't there, you know. You had to like a specific angle, especially like on Nuke. I always headshotted people when they came in there. Then like after a while I started missing like 50%. Like half a year later, I missed everyone. I was like, oh shit, this is going bad. So it kind of felt natural, but gaming is my passion in life, so I really, you know, wanted to stay in it, and I felt like, yeah, it's a good time to step back from it. Of course, when you're standing behind the team, you're kind of helpless. You can't do anything. So of course, you know, when you were in game, you had everything in your own hands, right? You could ace if your team failed, or like you had it in your own hands, you and your team, like. But now you just stand there and it's like panic. You get so nervous and everything. So of course, yeah, really miss playing.
Do you give them any advice?
Yes, I do, a lot. You know, the small things that you can see from behind from being a professional gamer before. You know, the small thing, communication-wise, mental-wise, and everything. So yeah.
All right. I wish I could hear those advice. I have a tough question. So you left Zoe and then you created NiP. Do you feel after all this time, because it's been a little while now, that it was worth it? Yeah, especially with all the investment that Valve is doing into CS?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all respect to Zoe, great company and everything. But I really felt that it was a natural step in my career. You know, NiP is my little baby, and always had since we sold it the first time around and it went down. You know, I always had the plan to take it back up. Now we finally had it since a new game was coming out. We got the players we wanted, so it was a no-brainer, really.
I remember NiP back in the days and NiP now. Do you see the programming evolution, like from what it was back then and now? Sure. I know this answer can be like for 10 minutes, but if you have one thing that you see that it's really different from when you were in NiP back then.
Well, I mean, the most important thing is everybody plays nowadays. So much people watching, everybody cares about the game. And it really makes me, you know, proud going around there at DreamHack and see everybody with like NiP shirts and NiP fan stuff. And it feels so good inside you. I'm really proud of it, and it feels like, you know, it's amazing. You have the audience here. I'm kind of speechless in that sense. It's amazing.
All right, so the final is tonight at 10 Swedish time. What are you going to do since then? Are you going to relax?
I think I might just have to focus on other things. Otherwise, my heart will like collapse or something. I'm really nervous already. So yeah, just think about other stuff, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you for this interview and good luck tonight. This was Miss Harvey. I was with HeatoN from NiP. They're going to be playing in the finals tonight. And see you guys later.